name is Adele Russell. I come from a showbiz family. My great-grandmother was an actress in silent films, and her name was Adele. And my grandmother was an actress in vaudeville who was actually on the bill with Jack Benny at one time. And guess what her name was? Adele. My mother was a musician, a violinist. She played in several orchestras. I think one of them was the Arlington Symphony, is it called?
Yeah.
Yes.
And we lived in Virginia at the time. And she was also an artist, and she studied fine art, portraiture, and stuff like that. Unfortunately, my mother never got the kind of success that she would have liked to have had. So she tended to live her life vicariously through her children, namely me. But my mother was not quite a Mama Rose, if you know the show Gypsy. But sometimes she was pretty close. But a lot of mental illness also runs in my family. And, this is true. And my later in years, my mother got hit with it, and her mental health went down, decreased. But as her mental health decreased, her anxiety for my life increased. I'm an easygoing person, very calm and very quiet, but sometimes sensitive like any other. If you'd rather not upset me or provoke a riot, don't ever tell me that I'm like my mother. I'm not my mother. My mother believes the world is a wicked place. The world is just waiting there to get you. It will get you. The question is when. The answer is soon. Not my mother. Not like her at all. I live in a friendly world where everything's looking up all over. Just look all over. But don't look too close. And not over there. She says you know that I'm behind you all the way. But do you know the way at all? She says you know I'm not the type to push you, but of course I don't butt in, but you're about to fall. It's your future. Or can I say anything? I'm not my mother. I don't like to talk. I'm more of a listener who wants to hear everything you tell me. So go on and tell me. Well, before you tell me, I know exactly what you were about to say. In a word, the idea that I turned out to be in any way like someone who throughout her life has always done her best to drive me crazy is absurd. As I grew wiser and nearer my personal best, and just a bit older and much better dressed, I look in the mirror and what do I see? My mother. So after a lot of years trying to fulfill my dreams and my mother's dreams, I'm finally learning that it's okay to be me, that I am who I am, and that's who I'm called to be. Butterflies begin from having been another. As a child is born from being in a mother's womb. But how some other, someone than who you are. Yet who's to say, if the ball were uncovered, you would like what you see. You can only be you, as I can only be me. Flowers will not bloom until it is their season, as we would not be here unless it was our destiny. But how many times have you wished you were in spaces? Time